picking back up off the last video. Now, we've already broken down us over here in colonial America, doing business, George Washington, all of them coming in. This is the West Indies, also building of Liberia. But swinging back over to the east, we're doing the Pyramid Wars, with 1798, where Napoleon's French army was defeated, right? The Mamluks in Egypt, the Pyramid Lake War through 1860, a conflict between the northern Paiute and white settlers in Nevada. What is a major engagement during the French invasion of Egypt? Who fought Napoleon's French army versus the Mamluk forces? Outcome: a declaration of victory allowing them to capture Cicero. Key detail: Napoleon army employed a tactical invasion of massive squares to counter Mamluk's cavalry. Britain loses some of the oldest, most populous colonies in North America in 1783, while retaining control of British North America, which is now Canada, territories near the Caribbean and British West Indies. British colonial expansion turned towards Asia and the Pacific after the defeat of France in the Napoleonic Wars in 1803. Fought on May 12th and June 2nd, 1860, were pivotal events in the Potu War in what is now Nevada. Both conflicts stem from the increased tension and violence between incoming settlers and native northern Potu people. First Battle of the Pyramid Lake, 1860, May 12th. The conflict was triggered by William Station Massacre on May 7, 1860, in which Patus unalived several white settlers in retaliation for kidnapping and assaulting two of the ruins. The combatants, a poorly organized and undisciplined volunteer militia of about 105 men from nearby settlements like Virginia City, was led by Major William Ormsby. They faced a force of northern Potu warriors under the command of Chief Namulga. The Potu led the militia into a ravine along the Truckee River and sprang a well-executed ambush. Disorganized was routed and suffered as a decisive defeat. Approximately 76 settlers were unalived, including the Major Ormsby. And like I stated in my last video, towards the West Indies, the new East Coast, the people are going through enslavement on both ends, dealing with the Empire of the Three Kangaroos, 1866, starting off, while the other end is going through the Napoleon situation in the far East Indies coming down the California coast. Virginia City, Nevada, is not technically a ghost town because it is functioning, populated town that is a National Historic Landmark. Though it maintains the spirit of its boom town past with historic buildings, saloons, and strong connections to paranormal tales and ghost tours, while the population declined after the Comstock mining boom ended in 1800. The town was revitalized by the TV show Bonanza and now serves as a boasting tourist destination with living residents and ongoing business. Now remember, this is about expanding the other self, so it's for minerals, right? Minerals. The town's foundation was the discovery of the Comstock lode, right? Silver and gold deposits that transformed it into one of the most prosperous cities in the American. Now you see, American West is because colonial America done did the purchase and stretched itself out because it couldn't have its own currency back then in 1700, so it made a way to stretch itself out. Now, those warriors came from the tribes located across the Great Basin, primarily present-day Nevada, eastern-day California, Oregon, and Utah, and northern Arizona. Conflicts such as the Potu War in 1860 often stemmed from the settlers' encroachment on their ancestral lands, which were the arid deserts and fertile valleys they relied on for hunting and gathering. And we already broke down how those Native American tribes, particularly on the Great Plain, began acquiring breeding horses in the 16th, 17th century, transforming them societies. Spanish origins, modern horse was reintroduced into those Americas by Spanish conquistadors in 1519, which I'm just doubling back for you. Some of the horse breeds was Berber and Arab bloodline. Now, at this time in the 1800s also, the Americans, the people have already invented, well, the ether airship, for example. Now us, we're traveling Europe, what you'll call into the States, colonial America, right? Britain, Michigan, all of that. We're moving around our own way with our own technology because we are the most advanced people all the way up to where? Russia, China, aka Alaska, right? So us, the most advanced people, well, we're telling our story in between history. Now, at these times, if you go pull these books out the Library of Congress, you will understand the subset regions of what they call Africa. And here, how you see Madagascar, it sits right here, right, where those Arab plains, Spain, and all of that sit. Also, this is part of that purchase, and they're getting removed, exiled. Queen Europa, a lot of them are getting exiled from those subset regions. And like we broke down from the very beginning, this is about the Ottoman Empire losing every battle before. Morocco over there, by the Bay Area, they're getting removed, exiled. Also back then by His Majesty etc. in the East Indies and West Indies, Grenada. And the last part that we're breaking down, which is the start, is Egypt of Arizona right here in the Northeast, and how they're getting removed as the Indians because they're East Indies, West Indies. It is called the Indian Removal Act, and the people are getting caught in between. Also breaking down to you that we invented pretty much every invention that can fly walking backwards, including GPSs, etc. I'm showing you how everything is built inside the Americas and why they are called subset continents. Now, picking back off that Arizona purchase is going to take you towards Isis Temple, which is in the Indies, like we're breaking down, and you can go visit it today, right now, if you like. It is a real place, it is a real area. This is when it had the water around it, and then we're going to drain it, but you see the Indians around it, and also some of the Egyptologists. This is called the Northeast. Stay tuned for the next video, breaking down the advanced civilization and people of freedmen, and also, well, the way the world is really designed. Shaka.